Detroit Lions fans, you can exhale. On the 20th meeting between the Detroit Lions and Chicago Bears on Thanksgiving Day, Detroit is going home to some turkey with a big W here in Week 13. 23-20 is the final. First win on Thanksgiving Day for the Detroit Lions in 8 years. 2016 was the last time that the Lions went home and ate some turkey, and we're happy about it. Alongside the Super Bowl champ Lomas Brown, I'm Dannie Rogers. 23-20 is the final. Lions held below their scoring average of 32 points per game. The Chicago defense is the real deal, but at the end, when Caleb Williams and that offense had to come up with points, they were shut down by this Detroit Lions defense, Lomas.
They really were, Danny, and that's when you want your defense to stand up. And our defense definitely stood up when we needed them, and it's just been great. We play such complementary football with each other, offense, defense, special teams, and it's great to see. We continuously see our defense grow and get better and better. And I tell you what, number 99, he was bringing it today. So it was great to see that getting the pass rush out there and really affecting the other team's quarterback.
Number 99, Zadarius Smith, with
That's
multiple
right.
sacks today, along with DJ Reader, who was also outstanding and came up with a big pressure near the end to force Caleb Williams into an incompletion. The final stats, they can help tell the story. Really, it was the first half stats more so. Detroit, 144 rushing yards in the first half. They ended up with 194. So that run game was slowed down in the second half. Time of possession in the first half for Detroit, 23 minutes to Chicago's 7 minutes. So at the half, Matt Eberflus, head coach of Chicago, said, we're going to get back into this offensively. Hey, they did that, but despite Detroit being shut out of the fourth quarter and giving up 2 touchdowns, they still came out with a big W, Lomas.
Look, you said head coach of the Chicago Bears. It might be former head coach of the Chicago Bears, but I'm sorry, Danny. But anyway, you're so right about what you're saying. Again, it's just really been impressive, and you got to give Chicago a lot of credit for that first half. They came out. They really played us hard, even though we controlled the ball, controlled the time of possession. But our biggest Achilles heel today was the red zone, Danny, and that's a lesson for us. When you get in the red zones, you have to put up 7 points. If you let teams hang around by putting up 3 points, those teams are going to make a run at you. I'm just so happy we were able to finish it off.
Detroit, 2 of 5 in the red zone today, just 40%. What kept them from scoring when they got down there?
Danny, it was a number of different things. One, penalties. We had an untimely penalty that really hurt us with Amon-Ra. That backed us up. And it's just execution. Danny, give them credit. And this is what most defenses do. When they have the end zone, they use that as a 12th defender, meaning they know that they have the back of the end zone and the sidelines that they can use to try to force guys out. Chicago did a great job of covering our guys up in the end zone. We didn't have a lot of pressure early, but Caleb Williams didn't have anywhere to put the ball, and that was great. Our secondary, I thought they stuck on guys and really did a nice job of not interfering. Okay. Because you know where I'm going at, Danny, with that last call, but I'll leave it alone.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Quarterback Jared Goff played a good game today. 2 passing touchdowns to Sam Laporta. That second one marked the 100th TD pass for Jared Goff in a Detroit Lions uniform. He is just the 6th NFL quarterback to record 100-plus passing TDs with multiple franchises. So Goff is still clicking at a very high level. Passer rating over 100 today. He goes 21 of 34. And Sam Laporta, we haven't mentioned his name in a while. He hasn't had a touchdown in the last 3 weeks. He gets it done here today.
So happy for Sam. Again, a big game like this, he really showed what he brings to this team. It's been a missing piece, but everybody else has stepped up, and it's just great to see Sam getting healthy, getting out there, and them getting him involved in this offense, because he is a tremendous athlete, tremendous player for us, and he's a big part of this offense.
Laporta is still breaking records. 15 touchdowns on the season is the 4th most by any NFL tight end in 2 career seasons. So he's still crushing records. When he's not a factor in this game, to be honest, it hasn't hurt these Detroit Lions. They can go to Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams. Tim Patrick.
Yes.
How about Tim Patrick?
Man, Danny, I'm telling you, man, he's growing on me more and more. Not to say that he wasn't, but Tim Patrick, man, just again, another guy that's a big target. He presents a big target for Jared Goff, a guy that's not afraid to go across the middle, a guy that understands zone defense, know when to sit it down in zone defense. He's just a consummate pro, and that's what you need out there to complement Amon-Ra, to complement Sam, to complement J-Mo. You need a guy like a Tim Patrick.
Sam Laporta's second touchdown of the day in the third quarter is our play of the game because that was the last time these Detroit Lions would score in this one. They'd go up 23-7. That was a 1-yard catch from Jared Goff to his tight end. That was the 100th passing TD for Jared Goff. When they got into the red zone and they were cooked, this was a fantastic play that they had drawn up. Lomas, when they're able to get into the red zone and just click, how unstoppable are they?
Oh, they are, man. When we're executing, I don't think it's a defense in the NFL that can stop our offense. Jared has so many weapons that he can go to. And the good thing about Jared, he's going to spread it around. He's not going to get fixated on one guy. He's going to share the love with the rest of those guys out there. And I think that's the thing that the teammates, his teammates appreciate about him, that he is going to get the ball to him. But man, Jared has just been a consummate pro. He's been what Detroit has needed, and I couldn't think of a better guy to lead our offense out on this field than Jared Goff.
I am so curious to know what head coach Dan Campbell was thinking with 11 seconds left on that play clock. Let's hear from him now. Here's Dan Campbell standing by at the podium.
You know, hey, good win. I mean, you find a way to get the W. That's ultimately what we did, and we found a way. You know, credit to that team. They played hard. We knew they would, and so you know, hard-fought game, and you know, I just thought there was a number of things. You know, I thought we started off pretty hot offensively, and defensively, man, getting the 3 and outs, really getting them off the field, and really chewing up all the first half. But you know, the turnover going in, the penalties that we had in the red zone, you know, hurt us. You know, a little bit of the details of the passing game hurt us in some things. Thought we ran it pretty good. But ultimately, that one right before halftime, they go for it on 4th down. We stop them. Now we have the ball, and we give it back to them. It didn't cost us anything, you know, and that hurts. So that gives you a little momentum, and they come out, they score after halftime. But what I loved is our offense went down and scored. We answered back. So even when things aren't working perfect, man, we play complimentary football, you know. We go 3 and out, man. Jack Fox, what a massive punt, puts him down there on the 1-yard line. You know, I mean, that's a huge play. And then ultimately, our defense at the end of that game holds. So I'm proud of the way they fought. You know, we did what we had to do, and man, we're going to move forward. We're going to enjoy this. First Thanksgiving win since I've been here, and our guys are going to enjoy it. We're going to enjoy it. We got a couple of days off before we're back, getting ready for Green Bay, or the players do, and then we're on to the next one. So proud of the guys.
You were dealing with a bunch of injuries later, kind of cutting through it. Darius was one of them. Just how big was that play and kind of set up the good confusion for them there on that sack on 2nd down, and just his play really all day. Got a couple sacks, and it really was a factor.
Yeah, I mean, look, our guys up front, I thought played their tails off. I mean, Darius did some really good things. I thought DJ Reader, man, you know, I thought he was outstanding. You know, Mac, I thought Pascal before he had the injury. I thought Al Muhammad played big for us, man. You know, it was good to get him back in the lineup. He's a relentless player. Gives you all he's got. You know, so great job with defensive staff. You know. Getting the next guy up, because we got hit pretty good. You know, we lost a number of guys, and so you know, those guys stepped up and helped us. You know, and the sack right before the last play of the game was huge.
Can you share your just emotion in that final minute as things were kind of unfolding? It was kind of a while, you know, maybe
Yeah.
sack the last play, they went to the locker room one timeout. Just sure that surprised you a little too. Just kind of everything.
Yeah, well, look, I think I really felt like the takeaway was. I really felt like we were going to get a takeaway, like it was coming. I really did, and you know, and that one didn't. But you know, obviously we won the way we did. So no, I didn't expect that, but I'll take it. I did feel like we were going to make a stand. I didn't see it, you know, happening that way. But you know, that's you get in those type of games, and you know, you get in those situations, and you know, you're trying to play off of and do the best you can. You know, because I'm also in my head thinking, before that, do we need to, you know, use a timeout, give yourself a chance to answer back if they tie it, but yet, man, you don't, and now you allow them more time to score a touchdown and win the game. You know, you're going through all these scenarios. So, you know, I was just proud of the way the defense held. I felt good about us doing it, holding. I just didn't know how it was going to play out.
And you guys have won so many games by multiple points, multiple touchdowns. Did it feel encouraging to escape to a certain degree this game that was so tight, and you seem to be hanging on for dear life?
Yeah, I mean, you know, look, I told the team, that's what I said. You know, if you're not careful, you start grading your own wins, and it's good because you have these standards, the way you think you should play, by your own standards, by what you have. It has nothing to do with the opponent. It's just you know yourselves, and you know what you're capable of, and so, you know, if you're not careful, you start going too far down that thing, then you start taking wins for granted, and ultimately, man, that's a good win against an opponent that is fought every week. And this was the third game in a row, division game, that those guys have brought it over there. And so we did what we had to do to win. And we'll clean up the other stuff that cost us some points. I'm not worried about that. But I will take this W, and I'm not going to lose sleep over it.
Dan, when you say clean up the other stuff, do you include the taunting in that sort of self?
Yeah, and look, that I'll be honest with you, that's already cleaned up. It's already cleaned up. So we're good. And as a matter of fact, you know, J-Mo got right in front of the team a minute ago, unsolicited, and wanted to apologize to his teammates. That's big, man. It's growth. And it's all good.
Curious about the cornerback moves, Mosley late inactive here, and also Arnold not starting. Just curious what went into some of those decisions.
So, yeah, Mosley had really pregame had something kind of pop up, and we just didn't feel good about him being able to go, you know, having enough to really go full speed, and that's really what that came down to, you know. And so obviously we got out of this game with him getting any worse, so that's a positive. Who else did you ask about? I'm sorry.
Arnold didn't start it, but came in on the second drive.
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure he was good. You know, I mean, the last we saw him was before Indianapolis, you know, and then he couldn't make that game, and so we just wanted to. We felt good about bringing him the game. We just kind of wanted to work our way in. We felt good about Vildor and Dorse, and once we got in there and saw him after the next possession, then he was good, and we let him go.
With 2 touchdowns today, how good was it to get him back involved in the red zone?
Who's that? Yeah, it was good. I mentioned that. I feel like this is the healthiest he's been in a while during the season, and you know he's in good shape. You know, and he really brings. You know, sometimes it you know, I don't want to say you take it for granted, but you know, you forget. You know, you forget all that he does for us, and man, he really helps us in the run game, as well as what you see in the pass game. You know, he's a good player, and honestly, he makes the offense better, and he and Brock run right together. You know, it allows us to put Brock where he belongs, which makes him a better player, which in turn makes us a better offense, and so on. Listen, much better. I much better. I will take a W. Look, that's division win number 3, which is huge. Division win, especially in the race we're in right now, and then that's win 11, and it's another conference win. So listen. I feel good, and I'm going to take that W, and I'm going to enjoy this Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you and all your families and everybody out there. I'm going to enjoy this.
Two things, and just on the defensive line,
Let me ask you this. Does it really matter? Like, who cares? You know, and that's the thing. That's what I go back to. Man, it doesn't matter. Like, either it is or it isn't, and we get a guy back or we don't get a guy back. And it like, worrying about it and moaning about it and bitching about it, it's like calls, right? It's like the call. It's like Vildor. I could sit there and throw a fit about it. What does it matter? You know, it's called, it's done. So I know this, whoever we have available, we're going to get them ready to play, and we expect them to hold the line, period. You got to do your job, and everybody around you is looking for you to do your job. So we'll give you the best opportunity to have success, or put you in the best position to have success, and and we'll go. And if we got to do something different, we got defensive injuries, that makes us do something different offensively, and special teams will do that. If it's offensive, we'll play a little different on defense or special teams, and we'll find a way to balance the levies.
Do either of those guys seem serious? Josh or Levi?
I feel like it'll be okay. It could be a little bit. You know, they could be down for a bit. Look, I'll be honest with you. I think Rodrigo's the one that could be the worst. And I don't know how significant it'll be just yet, but he's the one I fear a little bit could be down.
And Vildor, you brought him up. You know, he caught a lot of slings, obviously, for the play in the championship game last year and last week. Just any thoughts on that penalty? It seemed questionable to some people.
Yeah, I mean, look, I didn't have a problem with the coverage. That's probably the best way to say it. You know, I thought those guys were competing for the ball, and I liked his coverage there. And look, I love the way, that's why Vildor's here, man. We love the way he competes. Like, you don't worry about him. It's too big for him, or he's not going to go out there and he's not going to fight the guy. He's not like, you know, we know exactly what he is, and we love it. We love who he is and the way he plays. Yep.
Being the starting quarterback for the Lions, moving out here to Detroit, what's the first thing you learned about car insurance?
Yeah, I learned it's a challenge, and I'm curious what brought you to Michigan.
We were a big part of the new reform laws that were passed in 2019, went into effect in 2021. So it gave us an opportunity to give affordable rates to people in Michigan that they've been starving for years.
Amazing. Anything else?
Yeah, go Lions.
Cure Auto Insurance. Drive well.
Detroit Lions Live is brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. Log on to cure.com to see how you can save. Detroit is 11-1 for the first time in franchise history, but now they've got to go into Week 14 after they hold some tryouts for new defensive players, Lomas. You could say that there are now 10 defensive starters who have been injured. 4 linebackers could potentially, if he's saying Malcolm Rodriguez is down for a while and going on IR, that is number 4 in that linebacker room. It is soul-crushing. However, it gets Coach Campbell fired up. He said, next man up.
And Danny, that's how it has to be. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you. Nobody in this league is going to feel sorry for you. So you have to just lick your wounds and keep moving on. And that's why he says next man up mentality, because that's what it's going to take for us to keep this ship floating till the rest of those guys get here. And you're right, Danny. Man, like you said, that was our deepest position. Yeah. And now it's so depleted right now. But hopefully those guys that are left, hopefully they'll be able to stand up, hold the standards till we can get some of our guys back.
Yeah, it's going to sound like Jack Campbell, Trevor Nowaski, Ben Neiman, David Long, who was just acquired to these Detroit Lions, stepping up and hopefully filling those voids. Zadarius Smith, he knows all too well about stepping up and filling the void. He was brought here to try to collect some sacks that Aiden Hutchinson would have had if he was playing. Smith came up really big today, especially on that last Chicago drive. 1.5 sacks alone. He helped stop that offense, along with Ali McNeil and DJ Reader, who came up clutch in that final drive. Smith is panning out to be exactly what this defense needed, though.
Yeah, and Danny, the great thing, I got a little stat here. Zadarius Smith grade last week was the highest of the year for him. So again, what that tells me is he's playing at a high level. Even though he just got here, he's playing at a high level for the Detroit Lions. So it's so great to have him here. Hopefully he can stay healthy and we can continue to get pressure.
And Zadarius Smith is our player of the game because of how outstanding he is playing right now. He is delivering on the pressure in the run game, in pass pro, and he brings the juice all the time. Lomas?
He does. I mean, I love his energy, and that energy is contagious. And you can see the rest of the guys just kind of feed off Zadarius. So I got the opportunity, Danny, last week to speak to the young man, and I just spoke to him for about 2 minutes, and he had me hyped up. He had me trying to find some shoulder pads to put on. So he's a guy that loves this game. Seems like he loves this team, love being in Detroit, and he's going to help us out a lot.
Smith now 2 sacks this season, all coming in a Detroit Lions jersey. Another big get for Detroit in this offseason was DJ Reader up there in the interior defensive line, helping to anchor that unit alongside Ali McNeil. He came up so big on that final drive, gets a pressure in Caleb Williams' face, and they can't convert on first down.
Yeah. So, Danny, I said this on radio. I think the reason why Aleem is playing so well, and we thought this when we picked up DJ Reader, was because of DJ. And, man, today it was on display. DJ was eating up 2 guys. He was pushing his guys back in the field. And when you got one guy being that dominant, guess what that does? That frees up the other guy with a one-on-one block. And Aleem was beating his one-on-one blocks every time he got an opportunity. So those guys are working so well together in the middle of our defense. All they have to do is just keep it going, keep that internal pressure going on those guys. And believe me, it's going to help our defensive ends and help the rest of our rush guys.
Reader bulldozed an offensive lineman 11 yards back and ate Caleb Williams right up on his third quarter sack. After the game, Anthony Bellino, in-game host for the Detroit Lions, got to check in with DJ Reader. Here's what he had to say.
What pride, we're down on the field right now with a guy who had 4 tackles and a couple of sacks on the defensive line, number 98, DJ Reader. And you know what? Hey, this kind of game right here, divisional game, Thanksgiving Day, what does it mean to walk out of here with the victory? Detroit!
Man, you know it means a lot, man. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Glad we could come out here and get a dub. Fans were great. Energy was amazing, man. Glad we got it done.
Coach had talked about this earlier this week, how you have to get a dub on Thanksgiving so you can enjoy some family time. What's your plan with the family afterwards?
My mom been cooking up all weekend, so about to go to the crib. I'm a chitlins guy, so I'm about to go get some chitlins from my mama. About to have a good time.
The fans here today, I mean, they travel so well. They come here, third downs, you can't hear yourself think. The home field advantage is real.
It is real, man. Anybody coming in the Lions Den, they're going to be hard to hear, and it's going to be tough on them, man. Our fans are great. They hold through us through the whole game, man. Give us motivation. We love this city.
Fans, give it up one more time for number 98, DJ Reader.
Just screaming to the microphone. These guys have got it down. Let's move to this running game for the Detroit Lions. Once again, every single game this season, they've eclipsed the 100 rushing yard mark. They did that in the first half. Big thanks to Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. The duo of Sonic and Knuckles just keeps on delivering. Gibbs 87 yards, Montgomery 88. Gibbs now has the 3rd most scrimmage yards in franchise history through his first 2 seasons. He is crushing it right now. It does not matter who you hand the ball off to.
Right.
They're so different but so complementary with each other.
They are, Danny, and what I love, the best 30 attempts today. You have to run the ball, and that's what we do. That's our identity. That's the Detroit Lions offense identity. It's to control the line of scrimmage, establish the run game, and everything else comes off the run. Play action pass, Jarrett taking shots downfield. Everything is predicated off how we run the ball. And for us to have over 140 yards in the first half, that just shows tremendous domination on our part and will from our offensive line to get it done.
These two showed up in some really great fashion. They are buying into the Sonic and Knuckles characters. Look at their arrivals today, Lomas.
I know. I was so impressed with that. You know, I gave them a shout out, a little Knuckles shout out, but that is great, man. And shout out to the Lions media too, man, for really just embracing this and putting this out there. It's fun, Danny. It's fun.
Even running backs coach Scotty Montgomery has bought into this. They're doing little commercials. And they're getting their bags outside of the football field.
That was awesome. I seen that, man. I'm telling you, see what winning does? This is what winning does for you, man. It allows you to have fun. It allows you to be free. And, man, we have fun up here, don't we?
I know. We sure do. Everyone's asking us where our post-game dance is.
I know.
You can't make
back.
up one for
That's
what,
true.
15,
I know.
16 wins in a game. Hopefully it's more than that.
We'll get the Super Bowl dance.
It could be 19 dances. You want us to come up with 19 post-game dances.
We could come up with one good one. Wait till the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. Wait till
Just
February.
wait for NOLA.
Wait
This
for
guy loves
February.
NOLA.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll have post-game shows there. All right.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra St. Brown led all Detroit Lions receivers today, 73 yards. No touchdowns on the scoreboard, but that's all right. That's now 2 games in a row without a touchdown from Amon-Ra. So he kind of broke his 8 consecutive games without a tutty. That is fine because other scorers are stepping up like Sam Laporta.
Yes.
But Amon-Ra St. Brown, he kept the chains moving today.
He did, Danny, and what I'm loving is his average. He averaged over 14 yards a catch today, so that's good, man. That means he's getting explosive plays. That means he's and you know with Amon-Ra, I really wonder how many of those catches went for first downs because he's our guy. When we need a first down, when we need something, he's the guy that we go through. So he only had 5 today, but I bet those were 5 important catches that he had today.
The guy trying to throw the ball to Amon-Ra St. Brown, QB1, it's Penei Sewell. Come on. We knew Penei Sewell has an arm. He shows it off in practice. That flea flicker almost worked. He lost a yard on it, but there were some good stiff arms that Penei tried to get done in that first half. It just didn't go well. However, the real QB1 is standing by the podium. Let's hear from Jared Goff.
Yeah, it was a crazy ending, right? Like, you know, thought we won, thought we were going to go overtime, thought we were going to have a chance to have our final drive, thought we won again. You know, like it all kind of kept happening. Ultimately, our defense, you know, bend don't break and made those plays at the end. Those sacks were huge. Some of the stuff on the back end was huge covering, and they made it happen. But yeah, it was a good win, and don't care how it happens, don't care against who. Division game on Thanksgiving, we'll take any way we can. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's the best. I was just talking about it. You know, you have in your NFL career, you have these bucket list items, and you know, holding a Lombardi is obviously number one. But like the whole eating the turkey after the Thanksgiving win is up there too, and that's something that I'll never forget. And it was actually pretty good, and the stuffing was good, and we were having a good time, and it's awesome. It's a memory I'll have forever. David was eating carrots. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He maybe wasn't hungry.
That's good red zone defense.
It is.
They've got over there.
Yep.
But how frustrating was it? Maybe some self-inflicted things a little bit.
Yeah, it was more that, you know, obviously the turnover hurts and some of the penalties hurt, and then we just had some crap plays down there that we didn't execute very well, and it just wasn't our best performance in the red zone, and we got to be better. We'll learn from it. It's good to learn from that stuff and get better, but that is a good unit in the red zone over there, but we certainly had our opportunities to make plays that we didn't make. Yeah. Yeah, that was good. Couple good ones to him, and got himself open on both of those and put it right on him, but he's a good player, and he's finally getting back to himself at this point, and it feels good.
What's your thinking when the game starts right now? You guys are dominating. I think it's 17-0.
16-0, yep.
And you don't think that they're going to come back, but it is the NFL.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think?
Yeah, I think like the red zone stuff, like we had a chance to make it 28-0 or, you know, whatever it would have been if we would have scored all the touchdowns, and even, you know, at the end on that drive at the end of the half, you know, make it 23-0 or even 19-0 if we get a field goal. But you just know that you kind of left the door open a little bit, and you know, all right, like, you know, this is going to be a game now, you know, and we've kind of put ourselves in this position, unfortunately, and have to kind of, you know, fight for it now and continue to finish this game. And I thought they fought back well. That team is a good team. They're talented, and they did a good job fighting, and we were able to close the door at the end. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, he's right where he needs to be. He's doing a good job. I know that was a mistake by him, but I'm proud of him, the way he handled it and the way that, you know, he stood up and took responsibility, and we'll move on. There's no problems there.
You did a great job distributing the ball today. You even had it in and around the pin.
Yeah.
Like he's possibly going to throw it for a second.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about how much trust you have in an offensive line.
Yeah, that was a fun one that we've been working on for a while, and it just hadn't come up for whatever reason, and he got it and didn't quite have the look to throw it, so it didn't work out. But he made 2 or 3 guys miss on the tackle, and I was kind of giggling the whole time watching it.
You've been in that position at the end of the game, like Caleb Williams was. Obviously, you know, up in the stands or the press box, it looks like much easier to manage. But just your take on how that game ended. 30 seconds for the sack and the timeout.
Yeah, it ended in our favor. It's hard, man. The end of the game stuff, it's hard. It's real-time decisions both sides are making, and it's a lot of reps, and it's a lot of time spent on those situational stuff, and we came out on top today. I thought Caleb played really well, and I'm sure we'll have our battles for a long time, but he's a good player and did a good job.
More guys will play really quick. Just the discipline it takes to not throw that ball.
Yeah, well, it wasn't, You kind of would like him to throw it away. That's what we were joking with him about. But he's like, no, I'm only going to get this chance once. I'm going to try to break some tackles. So be it. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage. No harm, no foul.
On the other side of the ball, I know just the D-line and linebackers just let you allow and had a couple of guys out. From your perspective on sideline, as you're seeing guys go down and guys like Darius kind of have to get out or Muhammad really step up in those positions, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's fun to see that. Obviously, Zadarius, is a new addition to our team, but Muhammad's been doing a good job since he got here. On defense, on scout team, making it hard on us, and then obviously in the games now he's doing a great job. And it's fun to see guys step up. It's never fun to see guys get hurt or get injured or have to leave the game. But when guys are able to step up and make those plays and make a name for themselves on national television, it's fun.
What is Darius added to the locker room just as the veteran guys play a lot of games?
Yeah, he's added a lot. Energy. Energy and understanding of where we're at in our season and what we're looking for, and he brings that energy every day. He's obviously such a great player on the field physically, but I think emotionally and his juice daily brings something to that defense. It's fun.
In the locker room after the game, how much did it mean to end the Thanksgiving streak?
Yeah. Like I said, it's kind of a bucket list for me was to win on Thanksgiving, and now we can start a new streak of winning. But yeah, it was big. And certainly that game came down to the wire there, and was, you're worried about which way it's going to go, but to get the W in the way we did and to end that skid that we've been on and kind of put that to rest, it's another kind of check off our list that we've been working on for the last handful of years, and it feels good.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Saint, great game. Is that the best catch you've ever made?
Actually, there was one better.
When? The Chicago game?
Minnesota?
No, getting Cure Auto Insurance.
Are you for real?
Seriously, when I got here in Michigan, car insurance was the worst. But saving up to 40% by switching to Cure was my best catch.
Cure Auto Insurance. Drive well.
Detroit Lions Live is brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. Log on to cure.com to see how you can save. Quarterback Jared Goff gets his 100th passing touchdown in Detroit Lions uniform and a big W on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
He says it's a bucket list. Did you win on Thanksgiving? Please tell me you did, Lomas.
I did, Danny. But you know what I never got a chance to eat was the turkey. I never got one of John Madden's turkeys, turkey legs, and that kind of haunts me today.
That should.
Yeah.
You're the one blocking for Barry. I know he was eating some
chicken
chicken
legs.
legs.
That little fella can eat too, Danny. Look, I'm telling you, I had to run him out of my house. He ate at the stadium, then he came to my house to eat. I'm sorry.
Because he knew you were a big fella. You'd have some food laying around
Well,
for
that's
him.
how us big fellas do it, Danny. This is our day. Thanksgiving, that's a big fella's unofficial holiday. Thank you.
Shout out to Barry. Shout out to the GOAT. Around the league here, we've always got a Dallas sighting here on Thanksgiving Day. Playing the Giants, that game's not going to get me out of bed. I'm not going to lie to you. Cowboys up 3-0 there in the first. And then later tonight, after 8 p.m., it is Green Bay squaring off against those Miami Dolphins. Dolphins, please, just do something.
Thank you. We
Detroit,
need you.
You're going to make us do it all on our own?
I know, man. Danny, that could be a big help for us. Even though it's not an NFC game, that could still be a big help for us if the Dolphins could pull it out tonight.
I agree. Speaking of the Packers, Green Bay and Jordan Love come to town, the Motor City, next Thursday. Yeah. Detroit's going back-to-back Thursday games. I don't know if they've ever done that in franchise history. I don't think they have. This is uncharted territory, but it's gonna be like a normal game week for Detroit. They'll get a full week of rest, and then they'll get a couple of days on the back end, which is so desperately needed for all of the injuries here right now. But Lions have already gotten one dub over Green Bay. How do they keep it rolling?
Well, Danny, to me, not only is this a physical break, but this is also a mental break. You get to get away from football for a couple of days, kind of reset yourself, knowing that the second, that really the most important run of this season is ahead of you. So I think this comes at a good time. And then, Danny, especially after some of the injuries we took today, some of the injuries we've been sustaining throughout this season. So I'm thinking this Thanksgiving Day game came at the right time for this team. And then hopefully, you know, we could get some guys back, get healthy, and continue this march. It's going to be a tough march. Green Bay is going to be a tough game for us coming up. They always play us close. But again, we've overcome so many things this year, Danny, as a Lions team. I think we'll continue to do that.
That is divisional win number 3 for these Detroit Lions here to bring them to 11-1 on this season. But talking about the injury front, real quick on the defensive line, Mekhi Wingo, Josh Paschal, Levi Onwuzurike, all dealing with injuries. Malcolm Rodriguez and that linebacker unit also dealing with it. Hopefully, left tackle Taylor Decker is back in this game. And then you saw Kali Freeman, punt returner, having a career year, placed on IR before this one. So taking into the injury account, taking into the fact that Detroit can get shut out of the fourth quarter, allow 2 touchdowns and still win, what is your biggest takeaway from this game today?
Biggest takeaway, Danny, is our defense. I say it again. They're playing at a historical level right now. Again, our quarter streak got broke today. Somebody finally scored against us. But I tell you what, this defense has been playing hard. They've been playing without a lot of the big stars, but yet those other guys have been stepping up. And Danny, I think it's going to, I know it's going to continue the rest of this year. We play complementary football. I expect us to keep playing that. And hey, get some rest, guys. Get some rest because we got them Packers coming.
It was a blissful 12 quarters of not allowing a touchdown by the Detroit Lions defense. Thanks, Keenan Allen, for ruining that of the Chicago Bears. You get to go home now, Lomas. I get to go home.
Danny,
what are you eating for Thanksgiving?
Danny, I'm about to hurt myself. This is going to be self-inflicted pain that I'm going to bring on myself. I'm trying to eat everything in sight, and I'm trying to go back not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Thrice.
So it's going to be ugly around the Brown household, but it's going to be a good ugly. It's going to be a good ugly.
Ham or turkey?
No, steak.
Oh, thank God.
I'm going out.
Same.
I'm going out.
We are doing the ribeyes tomorrow. Thank goodness
Thank you.
you just
I'm
said
going
that.
out, Danny.
I love that. You're going out in the best way.
I got a half a cow sitting at the house waiting on me. He's waiting.
Well, we need you for next Thursday, Lomas. Oh, Lord.
I'm sorry.
Goodness gracious. We've got to sign off so this man can go hurt himself. For Lomas Brown, I'm Dannie Rogers. The final from Ford Field on Turkey Day, 23-20. Detroit picking up their first Thanksgiving Day win since 2016. 11 wins on the season for the first time in franchise history. That's enough of the records from us. We are so excited. We'll be right back here next week at Ford Field for matchup between the Green Bay Packers and your Detroit Lions. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We'll see you in a week.